I want to provide an update to the affidavit scandal that's rip-roaring across the state of Florida. This is a dramatic undertaking where these law firms are attempting to withdraw affidavits that have been filed in probably tens of thousands of foreclosure cases across the state of Florida. The significance and impact of this cannot be understated. It is a confirmation what myself and many other defense attorneys have been saying for a very long time, and that is this flawed foreclosure process is going to cause us all far more harm in the long run than anybody was aware of. I am convinced that the title to tens of thousands of properties across the state of Florida and final judgments that are based upon these affidavits are very much questionable and in doubt now. I suspect that what's happened here is the title insurers have looked at the allegations made by defense attorneys. We have to give a lot of credit to Tom Ice from Ice Legal down in West Florida and Chris Immel, one of his attorneys there, who took some of these depositions that are at issue. I have to believe that what's happened is the title insurers have looked at these allegations made in the complaints. They've looked at the challenges that myself and other defense attorneys have made to this foreclosure process, and they have said to the foreclosure mills and to their clients, we are not going to insure title to these properties because of the massive liability that's on the books here. The thing that's most disappointing to me is that it was not the judges across the state of Florida that recognized the legal validity of these arguments. It wasn't the Attorney General that announced these shutting down these mills. It is the parties themselves who've recognized the liability, apparently, and they're taking action to try and correct these incredible errors that have occurred. But as this continues to roll out, I hope that our press will pay careful attention to all of this. I'm going to attach to this blog a couple of the notices of withdrawal that I've seen in the weeks and months to come. You're going to find these things rolling out all across the state. Right now, we're busy trying to identify parties that have lost their homes based on these flawed procedures, and that's where the real liability is going to come, because those folks that have been kicked out of homes, or those folks that might have brought new homes in foreclosure, really have some questions about the process. And this is going to shut down the entire real estate owned market in the state of Florida, and frankly across the country, because if you're a realtor and you have properties that have been taken back through foreclosure, and we know the announcement from GMAC says don't sell them anymore, don't close, but this is going to affect all of the lenders and all of the REO properties across the state of Florida, very short order. So the significance of this cannot be understated. We are looking at a dramatic sea change that's going to sweep across the state of Florida first, and then frankly across the entire country. I want you to pay close attention to this blog and other blogs from attorneys that have been warning of this for years, and I want to ask all of our judges to pay particular attention to this right now, because even as we sit here today and even as this crisis rolls out, there are judges across this state that are continuing to grant foreclosure judgments when, in the face of these developments, number one, but in the face of the Attorney General investigations and in the face of all of this knowledge about the problems with the foreclosure as it's been practiced, are continuing to grant summary judgments, calling for an absolute moratorium on all foreclosures across the state of Florida, because it's irresponsible and reckless to continue granting summary judgment when so many of these things are coming back later. Keep up the good fight, and congratulations to all you folks out there that have been fighting to protect the dignity and respect of the court system and court process rules and procedures out there. It's a good fight. Keep it up, people.